What is up, y'all? It's the Sound Alchemist here, ready to yeet-haw in this For the Greater. Sorry, I've been watching too much Brokeback Mountain.
Yes, because that's a TV series now. Bringing him back from the dead is probably one of the best things that they could have done.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd watch that. Mountain of the Dead.
Or it's Necro... Never mind. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. About whatever you want. If you guys want to ask us questions about our kinks and preferences, by all means, ask away. But this question comes from Simon Teese. Did any Space Marine fall to chaos before the events of the Horus Heresy? Maybe. Obviously, Erebus... Corferon,
Argotol.
Yeah, they fell before the Horus Heresy began because they plotted to do the heresy.
Yeah, pretty much. We recently saw the miniature for Argel, in the Warhammer community articles. I made a video about that, so you guys should check it out. But that is a huge thing because this happened before the heresy, and there was basically a force of Space Marines that went into the Eye of Terror. And it's like when they came back, those that did come back were mutated, possessed, and then as time progressed, they became more and more demonic. So it's like for sure, like possession was a thing, chaos was always a thing. So this kind of stuff did happen.
Yeah. So, and then also the Lost Legions.
Right.
One was supposed to be damned, and the other one was supposed to be lost.
Yeah.
So, could be that they were traitorous.
There have been inklings into what actually happened to the 2nd and the 11th. There's actually a part in the novel where Malcador goes inside Rogodorn's mind and kind of like shields him from the truth. Because he starts talking about it, and then Malcador's like, oh crap, like we don't want this to get out, so he like makes him forget.
Yeah, which is crazy that Malcador has those powers to just make you think of, to erase your memories. Makes you wonder, like...
What aren't we being told?
Yeah, what aren't we being told about Malcador?
Right.
Maybe he wasn't the Sigillite or the hero. Maybe he's Nurgle.
Ooh. Tough words to hear. It makes me want to shed a tear. Don't come near.
Your rap career has started. Keeping it with like the kind of philosophical questions. Dan Fab says, "Do Space Marines fart?" That's a good question. We know they don't really pee, and they don't really like shit.
They don't really need to eat, really.
Yeah. So I don't think that they produce gas. I think if they have gas, their gene seed organs just do away with it in a timely or in a proper manner.
A timely manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Space Marine physiology has always been so cool to me because you hear about like, oh, these guys have like a second heart. They've got steel ribs. Like when they become Primaris, it's just over the top awesome sci-fi stuff. And it's like, I wonder how long it's going to take for us in this like reality, whatever you want to call it, to progress to that point. That even if it becomes a thing.
Yeah, I don't think we would go towards like Space Marine level. I think we would be more towards like the Adeptus Mechanicus, where they have like really weird things, but they kind of make sense, like mechadendrites. Like, why would you not want mechadendrites? Right. That's awesome.
So I'd like to be like WAAAGH, where it's like you don't have to physically reach for the remote. Like, just have one of your mechadendrites do it.
Even though in the comic or in the movie, weren't those
sentient?
Yeah,
right?
They were sentient, right?
Or some type of AI.
Yeah. That's kind of crazy. I wouldn't want that. There is also like this thing where, have you heard of the split brain
theory?
Not theory, but just like the thing where they would actually like cut the connections between one hemisphere and the other one, and like this hand would be doing something that your mind doesn't even tell it to do. And like the idea is like one hemisphere is telling it to do something and one hemisphere is more
subconscious kind of.
Like animalistic. So it makes me think like, what if the mechadendrites would do that? Like they would just like they would be more primitive, and I would be like going to the store, and then all of a sudden they unzip my pants, and then they just start going crazy.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
It's like, whoa, not now.
Yeah, but we're already here.
And then the other one like gets your other arm behind your back, covers your mouth, and now you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Now it's just a spectacle for everybody to see.
So be careful what you wish for is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Even though I wish for it.
But that is interesting though, because I think that's the way like technology is improving. I don't see super soldiers being on the battlefield. It'll be more like robots.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, instead of us going to the Space Marine route, we'll go the AdMech route.
Yeah. Yep. And to be honest, like, war is not good. Whenever. Like, if anything, our future or this reality's future should be one where there is less war and there is less conflict with one another. And you can tell by just going to, like, you know, your local store. People are friendly. They will go out of their way just to avoid conflict, which is a good thing. People should be like that, kind of. Yeah. So, Space Marines not needed. Mechadendrites that jerk you off at Jualasco? Yes.
It's like, oh, can I get a rotisserie?
Next question.
This one is by Michael Howell. Do you think that the Emperor ever truly loved his sons, or has his mind-shattering caused him to grow distant from the Primarchs and humanity? I think he did love them, but a part of him still does. But the 10,000 years since the heresy has happened has really taken a toll on his mind.
No, yeah, I think he really did love them, especially Horus.
He did have his favorites. That's for sure. Dude hated Lorgar.
He hated Perturabo, too.
Yeah.
He hated Kurz.
But that's because Kurz knew. Like, he had prognostication. He had visions.
He treated Angron like terrible.
Yeah.
Look, the chipmunk is at it again.
Damn,
its
dude.
cheeks are thick.
Which cheeks, though?
Next question.
This one is by Joseph McKenney. Who would win in a fight between Nico Bolas from MTG or a resurrected Emperor of Man? So when it comes to Magic the Gathering, they're kind of like psychers, really. A chipmunk was like walking down a vertical flat surface. How does it do that?
I don't know. It's a steel tube too.
Yeah.
That's funny.
But anyway, Nico Bolas is a planeswalker, meaning he can like go between worlds. He's got magical powers. He can command legions from multiple different worlds. So he would be a pretty formidable force. But even that, which is probably the strongest enemy or villainous type we've seen in MTG so far, I don't think he could win against the Emperor. Because it'd be like a battle of armies, and then the Emperor against Nico Bolas, and it's like the Emperor already killed the dragon in one of the like ancient stories, so him killing Nico Bolas, which is kind of like another dragon, he could do it again.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, if you guys know more about MTG, maybe you can enlighten us in the comments, but let us know.
Fun fact, before we did 40 facts videos, the Sound Alchemist was doing lore videos on the Magic the Gathering universe. So if you look up, do you remember what the series was called?
I do not. You're talking about something like years ago.
We have a playlist.
It's there.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. Next question. This one comes from Julius Simpson Severato. How would 40K universe deal with the UNCSC from the Halo universe? I think the Imperium, when you compare it to Halo, the Imperium is way more people and like stronger.
Yeah, because Halo, they're almost like us, just a little bit more advanced.
Yeah.
It's once you get to like the aliens of Halo where you start to see all these like crazy weaponry, the Halo rings, which are capable of destroying all life in the galaxy or universe.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could put up a fight, but if it's just the UNSC, I don't think they could do much.
Next question. Oops.
Bandy Robandy. What is it with Latinos and Dragon Ball Z / Warhammer 40K?
I don't know about Warhammer 40K, but I do know that like Hispanic people have a huge connection to Dragon Ball Z because it used to come on at a very like pivotal time. What was it? Like right after school. So you would come home and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, have a whole generation of kids who grew up watching it.
Yeah.
And like even nowadays, like when Goku fought Jiren, like that was put up on like the big screen and like it was almost like an event. Like people were like cheering and going crazy.
And it was easier because of like copyright issues for Mexico to create Goku stuff. Or like,
yeah. You'd see like the paletero man with like a knockoff Goku on the side of the truck.
Yeah, instead of having like a knockoff Superman or a knockoff Batman. It still happened, but I think it happened more with Dragon Ball Z. Also, it's the first of its kind. Like, I think it was different. Like, it didn't feel like a superhero standard, like Superman or
we
Batman.
went from Mighty Mouse to Goku.
yeah.
Yeah. And it really is like a huge thing over there. Like, everybody pretty much knows who Goku is. Like, you would hear kids like playing in El Arroyo, like firing Kamehamehas and like screaming, trying to turn Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah. I wonder what it's like now.
Yeah.
I feel like Mexico is way more open now. Things are just like they are here. They got Chili's in Mexico now.
What?
Next question.
This one, I was just thinking of Chili's in Mexico. What would the world come up with next?
They don't say, hi, welcome to Chili's. They say, hola, bienvenidos a Chili's. R.I.P.
Yeah. This one's by Texas All-Star 6969. Who would be the most famous Primaris Marine? Caldor. Well, there's a lot of chapter masters that became Primaris, like Shrike, Caldor.
I do think that Caldor would probably be the most famous right now.
Just because he's an Ultramarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's known, like he is he defeated the High Fleet Leviathan.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Leviathan or Behemoth?
I thought it was Leviathan.
Yeah. Next question.
Michael Howell. Why does Slaanesh have the Eldar to himself if he's the runt of the Pantheon? Do the other gods not have a taste for Eldar souls?
They do, but I think Slaanesh wants them more just because it's a delicacy. I think we talked about it.
Yeah, I mean, they did birth Slaanesh, so that's like Slaanesh is like, ha, you made me, now you gotta like reap what you've sown.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat you out every day.
Oh.
Which doesn't sound like a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
For a chaos god to do that to you every single day.
Yeah. This next one is by Corey. Who would be better in a brawl, Khorne Berserkers or the Blood Angel Death Squad? So the Death Company are crazy. They still think they're back in the 30K era, fighting alongside Sanguinius, where the Khorne Berserkers are just always angry because they got the butcher's nails in them. Between the two fighting, that's kind of hard. One's empowered by Khorne. One doesn't really feel pain because they're just like blood hungry. Well, they both kind of are like that too.
I would give it to the Berserkers though, Khorne Berserkers, because of the fact that they're empowered by chaos, so their demigod status is raised just a little bit more, and also they might be like enraged and they're also bloodthirsty, but they're not psychotic.
Yeah, like the other ones are loco, home.
Yeah.
These, they're just out for blood.
Yeah, because what are they called again?
The Death Company?
Yeah, the Death Company's not even living in the same reality that the rest of the world is in.
But that's what makes them even scarier.
Yeah. Pero
It's like, well, you give them a pinch and they won't even feel it for another 10,000 years.
It's true.
These
Time
people
travel.
are sent into battle chained up. And after battle, if you can't chain them up, Astaroth literally beheads them.
Yes.
That's how crazy homes they are.
Yep.
I'd go with the Death Company. Just to have a little bit of back and forth.
Let's fight it. Let's do it on the tabletop.
Oh, that's a scary one.
Yeah. I think it would be fun to do like a kill team, like Berserkers versus
Death
them.
Company?
Yeah. Why can't I say Death Company? I couldn't remember them. It was like 3 times that I just went around the word. This next question comes from Brian B. How many cup holders are in your cars?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, you could say 6 if you count like the.
Oh, the ones on the side.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was counting the ones on the side.
Well, then it's gonna be 2 and 2. So 2, 4, 6.
There's some on the back.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not in the back seat, but in the. What is it called?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The
Yeah,
thing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
Yep.
Now, do we have the same car, or are we talking about 2 separate cars?
We do have the same car though. We share everything together, even cars.
Everything.
Next question.
This next one is by Icon Has Loot. Had the Emperor spent more time with the Primarchs and tempered their more basic desires, would it have prevented them from turning to chaos? I don't think so. I think that was always fated to happen, whether they were all treated equally and fairly. Some means or another would happen to push them into that way. Because even then, you could say that it was like the word bearers like Argol Tal, Cor Phaeron, that kind of thing, that kind of pushed them Erebus to chaos.
Yeah.
So in one way or another, it would have happened.
Yeah, I agree. Next question comes from WAAAGH. Had the Olamic Quietude won the war against the Imperium, what changes to the 40K universe do you guys expect? I think the 40K, well, you said to the 40, to the Imperium, the changes to the Imperium would be that the Imperium becomes more about trade. Like they want to do, I think they'd be more open to trading with Xenos and stuff like that. Also more open to technology and creating AI, because I think that's what the Olamic Quietude was all about. More to have like cyborgs instead of what the humans have now.
Yeah, it does make sense.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I would think so.
And then what changes? And then to the 40K universe, I think the universe would be slightly less chaotic, because more when you put capitalism, I guess, or like the desire to make more money as your main objective instead of conquest, you quickly learn that you can catch more bees with honey than you can with shit. That's how it goes, right?
I think so, yeah.
And obviously, like I said earlier, war is bad for everybody. That would hurt trade. Yeah.
Amen Castles says, do you think GW should re-release Gorka Morka? And can we all agree that that is far superior to Necromunda?
I don't remember Gorka Morka. I've seen many Wargaming play Gorka Morka, and it looked like fun, but it also seemed like it would get boring after a while. Like, you're in the same setting over and over and over and over again. Whereas with Kill Team or Necromunda, they're doing a really good job to update themes and armies or gangs, they're called.
Yeah, it's not just gangs either. You could play as like the enforcers.
Aliens, too. Yeah. You could have a beastman. There's a squat. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Chaos is also in there, too.
Yep. We should play another game. Like, I've been wanting to play, like, Blackstone Fortress or something.
Yeah, we should give that a try soon.
Yeah. Next question.
This one is by DFool06. Who or what can defeat Caldor Drago? So, as overpowered as he seems, as strong as he has been in the lore, taking down a Chaos Primarch, although he didn't completely win that one-sided, you got to remember he's just a Space Marine. Space Marines have their limits. He's currently being kind of like encased or trapped, cursed in chaos. But I think any Primarch can take him down. Custodes can probably do the same. Just think of any big, hard-hitting character. Abaddon could probably take him out. It all depends on the direction that GW wants, how much plot armor they want to give them, and overall, if you know somebody is really hyped up like Drago, then another person takes him out, that automatically makes Drago's killer a badass, somebody to look out for. And I think if Drago does fall, whoever kills him will be like the next big bad guy.
Karn the Betrayer.
Yeah, we actually did a Drago versus Karn in the Grimdark battles.
Who won?
I think I had Drago win that one. I think because at that time I was doing it based off of the community votes. Yeah, and Drago won.
Damn.
Because I mean, if Drago can take out like demons in the warp, it's like he can take out Khorne. But Khorne every time he dies, or Karn every time he dies, Khorne brings him back. So
Yeah, and he has the anti-psyker collar.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, please comment down below. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Was it a collar or was it a choker? This has been the Sound Alchemist,
Gersh one.
and we are out.